Alright guys, this is the third try I've tried today. I've got the Browning out today. I had to adjust the whisker biscuit because it was like, it still shoots the arrow off to the side a little bit, but that's because this is supposed to have a lay down rest on it, and every which way I put the whisker biscuit, it's going to push it off to the side a little bit, so I have to compensate for that a little bit. I mean, it's not much, but it's a slight, slight veer off to the left, so I have to compensate for that. So I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna try. All right, and I think I got it, but I mean, I got it in the middle, but the arrow is at a I don't know, at an angle, so it's not going directly in straight. It's because I have to compensate, and I don't know if I'll have to put the lay down rest back on there or what, but I thought I'd give the other bow a break today. I got my favorite bow and the Browning today, okay? And I put the stabilizer back on there because this bow needs a stabilizer, okay? All right. I'm still shooting off to the left. I mean, but I have to compensate quite a bit. So, anyways, I can't be perfect, guys. I try. I put the thing back on there with the little arm rope or whatever it's called, and I haven't been using it. I don't know, because this bow is smaller than my other bows, so there's that, and it is a little stronger too, if you can hear that. Yeah. But I did go to the store today. I bought about 4 or 5 more of these destroyer arrows. They're really good. They got the forward spline, spline weight forward or whatever, 350 .350 spine. Yeah, I don't know, it just feels like my arrows are at an angle on the target, not straight. So I don't know. I don't really like doing that, but I have to compensate for it shooting off because it's not shooting directly straight, and I can't seem to get the whisker biscuit to be straight. These little things. But I'm hitting the target, nevertheless. I'm trying, guys. I came out to practice a little late today because, I went to get a few arrows and stuff. Anyways. Still hitting the target, though. Anyway. I did go, I went to Academy and I was looking for some, they're called Eastons. They're a special type of Eastons. I can't remember the name. It'll come to me, don't worry. Probably when I shut the camera off. It's a special type of Easton. They say online that they have it, and I went down there, they don't have it. Anyways. I think they're Easton's 30 or something. XXL 7530s or something like that. Genesis, that's it, the Genesis 30s. I'm trying to look for that arrow just so I can try it out, and they said online that they had it. Oh, that was on the top. It's in the center, but it's on the top, so I don't know, I just have to guess when I'm shooting this thing, but and it's got a lot of pull to it and a lot of slap to it for such a small bow, so I have to be careful with this joker. And like I said, it definitely needs a cable rod, you know. But it seems that the cable rod, you know, I put on there, you know, when I fixed it, it was really bad, really loose, okay? And I fixed it with that. It's almost like liquid nail adhesive for contractors or something. I needed something, and that's what I put in there. So, anyways. Yeah, it's got a slap to it. But I had to get the browning out. Okay, guys? Even if I just shoot a few shots and then go back to my favorite bow. I never have problems with that thing. It seems, you know, every other bow I have to get used to. I'm getting better at it. I'm gonna go get my arrows, okay, guys? Put my bow down. Now, you know, that little bow is really strong, right? And it keeps knocking my inserts out, you know? The inserts that hold the arrow heads in. I guess I'm going to have to glue these. But yeah, it knocked 2 of them out, you know? Yeah, I have to pull them out of the target, but yeah, it's got such a, you know, a lot of force. Or I don't know. They don't really put these in that great. But anyways, there's that. Seems I'm always repairing arrows. And that's why I buy so many of them. Oh, dropped one. Let's see, I'm gonna try. Now these are the Game Slayers, and they're the spine is at 4.400. So I'm gonna try these to see if that helps compensate for the, I don't know, for the shot. Oh, I think this one's shorter. Yeah, these are a little shorter than the other one. I forget. Yeah, those little orange ones are shorter. Remember, I told you a while back. They're like an inch shorter, so I have to accommodate for that. Anyways. Oh. Can you hear that, guys? It's got a killer slap to this. If I didn't have that cable rod on there, it would just destroy things. And the cable slides, this thing would destroy stuff. I'm telling you. Can you hear it? That's like I said, it's a powerful little bow, the Browning. All right, I'm gonna start shooting my favorite bow now. Still here, guys. Yeah. That little bow gives you a workout, you know. And see, this is my favorite bow. Alright. Here we go. Back to normal. You know, you have to adjust yourself to different bows. At least I do, you know. That's all I know is what I do. Okay, guys. I don't know what everybody else does. You know, what concerns me is what I do. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, there's the destroyers. I think I'm hooked on them. I just love that .350 spine. Yeah. See, this thing shoots true no matter what. I mean, I could get by with putting a longer stabilizer bar on it, but it really doesn't need it because that little thing takes care of it. You know, with the Browning, I could shoot my arrow, and by the time I go down there to get my arrow, the arrow is still like, you know, has vibrations in it. So that needs a powerful stabilizer in that little Browning. Whew. Like I said though, I try as much as I can to get out and practice at least a couple hours a day. It's not always possible, but I try. Anyways. Yeah, I didn't feel like bringing the Spectra 3000 out, the Rambo bow or whatever. Not today. Oh, that one went off. I gotta go get that. Alright, I'm gonna pause the video. Guys, I got my arrows. You know, if I didn't pause the video when I went and got my arrows, I think my whole video would be just me retrieving my arrows, okay? And I don't want to do that today, you know. I don't want to do that to you guys. Anyway. Alright, we'll try it again. Oh. Alright. You guys have to bear with me today. It's been a long week, you know, of work. Too. And I think they were trying to get as much as they could out of me today. You know, being Friday and all. Jeez. I'm off to the left anyway, on the target. I don't know if you can see the green knocks. And that's why I buy these green knocks instead of the orange ones, because when you're at a distance, it's easier to see the green knocks, you know, because I don't have the lighted ones. And I've noticed it's easier for me, anyways, from my experience, to see the green as opposed to the orange ones, okay? So that's just me, guys, preference or whatever. My eyeballs, what? And that's in the center. I'm getting back on target, I guess. But I got a few, you know, I've replaced the knocks and they're darker knocks. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but, you know, I can tell which ones I've replaced just by the color of the knocks. And that's just something for me to, you know, note. You guys really don't, you know, it doesn't bother you guys or concern you guys really, I guess. Anyways. Not too bad. But yeah, I think I'll probably get into the arrow repairing business or something, because I've got tons of arrows that I need to repair. I guess that's why I buy so many. Yeah, let me get my arrows. I'll let you watch this time. Yeah, okay. Yeah, guys, from the store, I don't know. I knocked out another one. So I guess maybe from the store, you know, the inserts are not glued in, okay? And they just come out, okay? So I'm gonna have to, you know, glue them in there or something. The inserts, not the tip, okay? Okay. What I'm talking about, all right, I know you guys probably know this stuff, but when I buy the arrows, you know, at a discount, they're like that. And then I have to buy the, you know, the points or tips or field tips or whatever you want to call them. I have to buy them separate. So I imagine they don't bother gluing them in, the inserts. So, and I flipped my target around because, you know, I was using the new side that I hadn't shot before, and it tends to pull them out. I don't know why. But they're the proper size field tips and everything, you know. But it's been pulling them out. So I might have to glue these bad boys in. Alright. That makes 3 today that's come out. So I flipped my target around so it's on the side that I use all the time. And it's a little worn. And that tends, on that side, it doesn't tend to pull the inserts out. These little things you learn, you know, at practice, yeah. So I know, you know, I mean, these are good arrows, but, you know, they just didn't glue the inserts in. So I might have to glue the inserts in, you know. That's okay. Yeah, see, no problem. The reason why I switched my target around, you know, from the worn side to the good side, you know, that's practically new on the other side, is because I didn't want to wear out the worn side, you know. But anyways, it's all right, no problem. I'm gonna have to use that whole thing anyway, you know. I'll have holes all the way around it, you know, because it's serving its purpose, you know. But as far as damaging my arrows, okay, I haven't damaged it beyond repair. I can repair these arrows, okay. When I first started, I was damaging, you know, the carbon fiber, and when you do that, you have to cut the arrow, and eventually you get it too short, you know, and it affects your draw. I mean, your pullback or whatever you want to call it. And sometimes you forget, like I do, and it comes out of the arrow holder, you know, which is not very good, guys. You have to always pay attention to those little things. Yep. And see, on this side, on the worn side, I don't have any problems, but, you know, that's okay though. Trial and error. But I got tons of arrows. I can always break open my case and get the Eastons if I have to. I try not to use them that much, you know. Just a few at a time. Oh, I don't know if that hit the target or it hit the target. I can't tell if it hit the ground or not. I thought I heard it hit the ground, but you know, I don't have my glasses on. Danger, danger. I don't know. That's what I'm used to, that slap. Yeah, I'm starting to get a bunch of these green ones though. You know, and slowly wean myself away from the orange ones because they're shorter, and I like the longer arrows. You know, that's why I was looking for the Genesis 30s, because they're you know, that's how long they are, 30 inches or whatever. And I wanted to try them because, you know, they're approved by all the archery standards of, you know, archery schools and stuff, you know. So, anyways, that's what the ad said on online, you know, when you're Googling and going online, looking at stuff. it says it's, you know, approved by the National Archery Foundation or something like that. I don't know what it's called, but you know, I wanted to try it, and it's called a Genesis 30. If I find it, I'll buy it, but I can't find it, so I don't know. But yeah, and you know, like I said, I always bring 2 bows out here. You know, I don't want to wear out one bow. You know, I don't want to get accustomed to just one bow. I want to be, you know, experienced in all different kinds of bows. So there you go. I'm shooting to the left on all of those, but you know, I can't help it. I'm tired from today. But I'm gonna go get the arrows, and I'll probably pause this video and then go get them. All right, I'm back. I had to go through the wood pile and check it. It seems I got all my arrows, you know, and I'm rough on my arrows, guys, because I found one of the fletchings, or you know, feathers came off one of my arrows. Yeah, I guess I'm just abusive to my little arrows, I guess. But I like to play, guys. I like to play. But you know, I try not to let it aggravate me too much that you know, the arrows, you know, there's problems with the arrows or something, like the thing coming off, or you know, the feathers coming out, the knock coming out. Those little things happen, you know. That's all part of it, you know. If you're prepared, you can, you know, fix things. I mean, sometimes you can't fix everything, but you know, if you're prepared, it helps to fix stuff, you know. Yeah, I know my little words of wisdom, right? Anyways, and that's in the center, if you guys can see. Like I said, it's easier to see these green than the orange. So that's another reason why I buy them, you know, because I tend to shoot better, it seems, without my glasses on. But anyway, I know. To me, anyway, I shoot better. To you guys, you're probably laughing at me. That's okay. If I amuse you or entertain you, I'm glad to be of service. Right? Right. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, a lot of stress today. This kicks it off. It takes the stress right away. Oh. Yeah, it does. All right, guys. I'm just gonna keep on with my practice, and I'm gonna have to piece all these videos together. I don't know. Anyways, because I'm all over the place, you know. Thanks for watching, guys. Anyway, you know, I'm gonna continue to practice because I have to. But you guys, you have a great day. Okay. All right. Till next time, guys. Take care.